it's Melody with Sword and Steel.
Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today we are going to do a battle report for Warcry.
Ooh.
We're going to show you how to play as well as do a full battle report, so you'll learn exactly what you need to do from start to finish, and hope you like it as much as we do. Alright, see you shortly.
Alright, and then this is everything that you need to get started.
So we first have our battlefield laid out, ready to go. We have our armies, which are the untamed beasts for Melody, and the iron golems for me. And this is all the starter sets. So in the starter set, you see that you'll get 9 untamed beasts, including 1 cat, and then you'll get 8 of the iron golems. We haven't finished painting them, but they're close. And here are the various terrain pieces. We're just finished taking them out. What you get to use is dependent on the terrain card that we are soon going to pull. So everything that you need to play is here. That's the battlefield, your miniatures, the terrain, the book in case you have any questions that you didn't figure out earlier, the tokens.
Super helpful.
Absolutely. You'll need a ruler of some kind. Here we have all the names of the different people that we're playing with and their abilities. And then we've got our dice set, and all of this comes in the starter set. If you would like to see a break open of the starter set, we have that on our channel, so you can check that out too. Here are the different dice and the different battle plan cards, the chaotic beasts, and we are working on painting them up. They will be there soon, and as well as their cards. And now we can see what sort of game we'll play today. Alright, so the very first thing that you have to do is roll to see who has gotten the priority roll. So I'm going to roll. I got a 4. And 1. Okay, so because Melody lost the priority roll, she has to choose who to put in her dagger group. It must be at least 1 fighter, and she does have to keep at least 1 fighter per group, and at least a third of her fighters have to stay in the shield.
We'll call these guys the daggers.
You and you, the ones with the boluses. Alright, and who is your shield group?
Perfect, yes. Yep. I'll go with these guys as shield group.
If that is your shield group, that must mean that your hammer group are those 3. So
yes.
My shield group will be shields plus, and then that would be my hammer group. Now I'm just going to turn over the terrain card.
Good luck.
First. And this is where the terrain is going. And you know, it has this little up symbol, so you can match it with the deployment card when you get that. Hi again. So we realized that the particular way that we constructed our terrain wasn't suitable for the terrain layout, so we'll have to do it again. So here's a little tip that we realized, that it's best not to glue any of the stairs. Keep them separate and you'll have a much easier time laying out your terrain, because they really want to have 2 pairs of stairs in all sorts of different places. So we found the next random one that we could actually assemble, and that one is this one. The terrain has been placed. Now we have to figure out our deployment, and we want to align the top arrows with the same arrangement we have the terrain in. So here, this deployment is called standoff. So the way that this works is we're going to Melody is going to decide who's the red and who's the blue. And then, generally speaking, you put down your dagger group first, your shield group, and then your hammer group. But in this case, it says round 2, which means that you don't actually put down your dagger group until round 2. You're only putting down your hammer group and your shield group.
Let's do victory condition. Victory condition is vanquish. A player wins the battle as soon as every fighter in their opponent's hammer is taken down. At the end of the 4th battle round and each subsequent battle round, any hammer fighters within 4 inches of the battle edge immediately count as being taken down. Now that we have the victory decided, let's find our twist. Twist Dark Omens. Shuffle and draw 1 twist card with the Climate rune mark and 1 twist card with the Psychology rune mark. Both twist cards are in effect with this battle. Okay, so we have to have 2 twists? Yes. Alright, so Climate is the little clouds with thunder coming down, and the Psychology is the skull with the swirl on his head. Okay, so... no. Here we go. The Gore Moon Rises will be 1 twist.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Okay, and here's the next one. Eager for the Fight is the other one. The Gore Moon Rises sounds very friendly. Add 1 to the value of abilities to a maximum of 6 used by all fighters. Alright, so we explain this one when we get to it. And the other twist is add 1 to the move characteristic of all fighters this battle. Well, they are eager to fight, so they move 1 inch more than they normally would. Well, that's interesting.
One thing to note before we play, the cards that come with it each have every unique character stats on it, except for we built 2 of these ones and it only has 1 card. So this one is just going to signify the 2 that I have in my group. And Melody has done the same. She has 3 plains runners, and that's this one up here. So these 2 are just the 2 extra planeswalkers that we don't have a card for, but we're gonna put the damage onto their cards. So we want to signify the 3 different ones so that we don't mix up who has what damage on it.
Alright. We'll go with the blonde guy, Dolph. Reminds me of a D&D character I knew once. With our hammer group here. We'll call this guy Grog because of his brown hair. And we'll put him with the dagger group. And then Lady, that's a nice name for her, Lady, will be with the shields.
Legionaries. So the one that looks like the picture, she'll be the one here, and the one that has the flail or morning star, she's the one that will take damage here.
Alright, my dagger group says that I can't come in until round 2, and her dagger group says that she can't come into round 2. That means we next go on to shields. Now you have to place wholly within 3 inches horizontally of that point. My 2, one's holding a shield, and my big bad guy. He's gonna go right there. Yeah.
We see you are middle of the board and raise you 1 middle of the board.
Okay, and next we have to place our hammers. Well, this looks rather dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, placed. Down, kitty. Because this is so relevant to this particular game, I'm going to just explain what deadly terrain is. So any of these spikes that we have here, those ones, those are all deadly terrain. Some terrain features or parts of terrain features are said to be deadly terrain. And it does explain which terrain features are deadly here. And if you're using any of the other terrain features, you just agree with your opponent before you begin which terrain features are deadly. So, if a fighter ever moves over deadly terrain, for example, if they begin to climb deadly terrain or finish a jump upon deadly terrain, they immediately suffer impact damage, which is explained on page 42. Impact damage. If a fighter suffers impact damage, roll a dice. On a 4 or 5, allocate 1 damage to that fighter. On a 6, allocate 3 damage points to that fighter. In addition, if a fallen fighter is placed within 1 inch of a deadly terrain, they immediately suffer impact damage. So there's 3 things to worry about for deadly terrain: climbing it, jumping upon it, or falling within 1 inch of it. Alright, that is quite relevant because, as it turns out, this particular deployment plus this layout means that I have placed myself unknowingly, because I did not realize it at the time, I unknowingly placed myself in an area that requires me to climb over deadly terrain. Now I'm also going to explain exactly how climbing works, because that's quite new as well. Since I'm going to be climbing, let's look at how to climb. Climbing. If a fighter is touching a part of a terrain feature defined as an obstacle, the fighter can begin to climb. If they do so, that fighter can move vertically up or down that terrain feature. Once a fighter begins to climb, they are said to be climbing until the center of their base is on the battlefield floor or a platform. The battlefield floor is, of course, this mat. And a platform is any surface more than 1 inch high that has a space of 1 inch square or more that is flat, that one of your characters can climb up on. Now, an obstacle is anything that basically isn't stairs or a ladder. Like here, for example, there's more than 1 inch tall that you are going to have to be forced to climb up. Now this, to get past. Now this is an archway, of course, and you can move, other than gargantuans and beasts, really, you can move right through there. So if that comes up when she deploys her dagger there, she will be able to move through that door. Basically, like, it doesn't matter if the model itself doesn't fit, you can move through doors and archways. Okay. Now, initiative in Warcry is quite different. You're going to roll 6 dice. And I'm going to roll 6 dice. And what we do is we take all the doubles, triples, and anything that isn't a single. So I've got 2 6s.
Got triple 3.
And I've got triple 1s.
Single, and single.
Okay, so she has 3 singles, and I have 1 single, which means she wins the initiative. And these are our doubles and triples, which allow us to use our abilities. Anytime I want to use an ability, it has a price. It either has a price of a triple, a price of a double, or a price of a quadruple, which they just call a quad. And every turn we're going to roll a new initiative, so we'll get new chances of rolling different abilities. Now there's one other thing that we now do. We have a wild dice each, and because she won an initiative, she gets to decide what she wants to use her 1 wild dice to do. There are 3 things that you can use your wild dice for. you can increase your initiative roll by 1. So instead of 3, she can go up to 4. Or she can turn a single, which reduces your initiative, but where I only have 1, it's rather irrelevant. She could turn a single into a double, or she could turn that triple into a quadruple. So you basically add 1 dice wherever you want it to be.
I think I'm gonna add 1 to here to make it a double.
I will turn...
Oh no.
I will turn my triple into a quad.
Into a quad. That was gonna be so scary.
Right, so we will just move those over. Now you want to keep track of these abilities because the number that you see on this dice matters as well. Remember that one of our twists adds 1, so really I actually have 7 and 2 in this particular game, and she has 6s and 4s in this particular game. So she won initiative, which means she gets to choose her first fighter to activate. Now we are doing it on a model by model basis, so as soon as she finishes activating her first fighter, then I get to activate my fighter, and it goes on from there.
Alright, I'm going to choose the Rock Tusk Prowler.
Okay.
Favorite of mine. He's got a movement of 8, and I can imagine he probably...
Actually, since he's the star of the show at the moment, could you pass me over his cards so we can show everyone exactly how to use him? Alright, so here is his movement in inches. So he can move 8 inches. Over here is his toughness, and here is his life total. So he has 20 HP. This symbol here is also signifies that he's a beast. So whenever you see that symbol on an ability, for example, down here, this symbol means that you just have to be part of the Iron Golem group. And this one is the Untamed Beast symbol up there. But this symbol, you have to have this symbol to be able to use one of these abilities. For example, this one has this symbol, so I have to find that one, and there it is. So he is the only one in my group who has that symbol, which means he's the only one who can activate this ability. And the same thing, if she had an ability to activate that only activated beasts, she needs that symbol on one of her cards to be able to activate that ability. Okay, so moving on. These, you can go ahead and do your thing, or your movement at least. Right, one more thing. I guess every fighter has 2 actions that they can use. It's either 2 movement actions, or 2 attack actions, or a move and an attack, or an attack and a move. Each fighter does. Alright, moving back to this. This is just the points cost of the model. And down here we have, he attacks with his fangs. Do you see the fangs on that guy? That's enormous. Anyway, so this is his range, which is 1 inch. He has 4 attacks. His strength is 4. And it works exactly, well, quite similar to the way you test the strength of the attacker versus the toughness of the defender. So if his strength is less than the toughness, then he has to hit on 5s or 6s. If his strength is equal to the toughness, then he hits on 4s. And if his strength is greater than the toughness, then he hits on 3s. He will always miss on 2s and 1s, and on a 6 though, instead of doing regular damage, he does this latter damage. So this is regular damage whenever he hits, and this is critical hit damage. 6s are always critical hits, and he deals that much damage instead. And so that is how all of the cards work. Every card is exactly the same way. You've got your move, your toughness, your hit points, the cost of the model to put into your army, and you have the range, the attacks, the strength, and damage versus critical damage. Some models do have two. You do have to decide which which weapon you are using. You don't get to use both, you decide which one that you are using. Okay, Melody, what have you done? Where is he going?
Oh, he moved both of his 8s. His only things that he could do with his activation was movement, so he definitely made the most of that. He ran!
I think I'm going to put my big Ogre Breacher in first. Oh, one thing to note, when you're doing an ability, you can activate or use that ability anytime. I can use my ability now, I can use it after I've used an action, or I can use it after I've used both actions, depending on when is, most relevant for me to use it. However, I can only use one ability with each fighter per activation. He moves 4 inches, so that definitely gets in there, and yeah, I'll force you to move a bit further by moving right in front of him. So that's one action used. His next action is he is going to smash his mace and hammer together and crush his head.
No!
So I'm hoping. He only has 2 attacks, but his strength is 6 and your toughness is 4, so he hits on 3s. 2 hits, that's 8 damage.
Oh.
8 damage you take by him crushing your skull in.
Oh.
So here are where the tokens come into play. Right, so the
Thank you.
lion
Oh,
has
yes.
activated, and he is activated, so that is the activation tokens. And then we've got these really handy tokens that are double-sided, 5 on one side, 10 on the other, versus 1 on one side and 3 on the other. So that's easy enough to put 5 and a 3. Alright, I think I'm going to activate the Beast Tamer next.
The Beast Tamer?
Yes, yeah. I'm just going to check her card there for her movement, because I know she's a little slower than the lion. Yes, so she only has a movement of 5 inches.
Alright, there is the Beast Tamer with that big whip. And do you know why it is green? Because it is orc hide.
The strongest hide for whips. I think for her too, I just was reminded of the double that I have here. I think I'm going to spend that one on Savage Fury on the Untamed Beast card.
Oh, nice. So what does that ability do?
Yes, and adds 1 to the move characteristic for that fighter for the next move action that they make that activation. And 1 of the attack characteristics if they choose to attack as well.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, and we're going to move her up again. Awesome.
Okay, that is both her actions taken care of, so activation token down, and now I will choose one of mine.
Okay, so I could definitely reach right there. So he is going to move, she is going to move right in there with one of her actions.
Ooh.
And now her second action is going to be to hit with her mace, and that is 2 attacks.
Ooh.
Critical hit! Yes!
Oh.
Okay, so her strength was only 3, and his toughness was 4, but I got a 5 and a 6, which means I hit. So yay, that's 1 damage with the 5 and 3 damage with the 3. That's 4 damage altogether on your cat.
No.
Which means you're now at 12. Alright, fine. We're gonna choose the last guy here and just run him up, probably double his movement. Kind of do the same thing. He has a movement of 5. Huh, that's funny. There was like an arrow, just due to the way that the map was, that pointed me directly where I needed to put him. Where did this go? There it is. Okay. I don't know whether I can reach. end up right where that little nick is in the ground. So I'll put it there and see if I'm within 1 inch. That's where I was. And yeah, okay, yeah. Yes, I'm in 1 inch. Perfect. Alright, so that is, again, 2 attacks.
Ooh.
5s and 6s to hit. 1 hit this time, but it's a critical hit, so that is 3 more damage on the wounded beast.
Oh, he's getting so targeted. Alright, shields, what can you do? Alright. We'll choose the snow guy first. So he has a movement of 5 inches. I sense a theme going on. Alright, so it's about where the skull is and right in the middle. Perfect. Cool. So that is 1. He's actually, I think, close enough that I don't actually need to spend his other move action. And I could actually use his other activation to get back in there.
It's higher, that just means that you need 5s and 6s. And you got a 6, so that is 1 hit.
Woo! Alright. And he deals 3 on a crit.
3 damages.
Oh, that was actually my bad. I looked at the wrong card. He's a 5.
Okay, 5. Flail. 5. And they have 10, so that actually knocked out half his life in 1 hit. I can understand, because do you see the size of that? Oh, I know whose blood is on that axe.
I was just gonna say it's blank already, oh my goodness. And he is also activated.
And that means it is my turn to activate, and you know who I have to activate? One of those guys that get to climb over the deadly terrain.
So he only moves at a range of 3, or a movement of 3, so he can get to the wall. And he can't actually climb, well, no, he could climb over it. 1 and then 1, and yeah, he'd be able to land. He'd just be able to land over. So that's what I'm going to do. He'll just be able to land over on the other side. 1 to 3 I'm okay, and 4, 5 I take 1 damage, 6 I take 3 damage. So roll low. 6. Okay, I take 3 damage climbing over the. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's just a little guy. It must be hard in armor to climb over that deadly wall that the terrain decided to stick me behind.
We'll choose the prey taker first.
Alright.
And he has a movement of 4 inches. It's about right here. Alright. Perfect. He has expended both his movements.
Okay, so the Dominar. Let's see. So I'd be right there. And now I have to roll to see if he too will take any damage. So why do I keep rolling high on these? Okay, so he takes 1 damage. He's fine. I mean, he'll brush it off.
Shake it off, yeah.
And that was him. He's got 20 health. Now he's at 19. We're fine.
Your plains runner. In one way, I suppose this kind of works out for me. This deadly terrain blocking my path, because the deadly terrain blocked my hammer group. And yes, they are taking damage, but they're probably taking less damage than if they were in the thick of things.
Yes, the Prowler definitely agrees with you. The Prowler in my hammer group agrees so much. He's so worried.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's activated too, or she, sorry.
My signifer is going to activate.
He's going to climb over and basically end right there. And right. Perhaps I can roll average and not take a damage.
Oh.
Not today, not today. Alright, so he takes 3 damage too, putting him down to 12. Still, it is, they're gonna be the last ones into combat, which I guess is okay. Now, that is everyone, so now we go on to initiative number 2. Oh, and I didn't use any of my activated abilities. Oh well. Alright, so that means I win initiative. I get to choose what to do with my wild dice, and I am going to turn this into a quad, and I'm going to use it this time. What would you like to do with your wild dice?
I think I'm gonna bank it for next time, actually.
Okay, 1 wild dice banked. So, that is me, which means that my round 2 dagger group are coming in within 3 inches here now. So within 3 inches horizontally, so there.
Oh, and just right in the top corner.
Perfect.
My first man to go is going to be
The Ogre Breacher.
He is going to also use my quad ability, Rampage. And yes, it's as awesome as you think it is. So this Rampage ability allows this fighter to make a bonus move action. Then they can make a bonus attack action. So the bonus move actions and bonus well, in this case I have to do the bonus move action before I do a bonus attack action. But bonus actions you can do at any point. But I'm going to use my first attack action first, hoping to kill that rock tusk prowler. Yes, I'm hoping to kill him first, and then hopefully come in at someone else. So he's 2. He hits on 3s. It's 1. That's 4 damage. How much did that rock tusk? So he's got 1 health left.
My goodness. I didn't even get a chance to name him Warmuffin.
That's right. She didn't mention it to you, but the rock tusk prowler's name is Warmuffin. Should it come up in future videos when we talk about Warmuffin, you know who we're talking about. Warmuffin. But Warmuffin is about to be smashed.
No.
Unless I miss completely, in which case he's okay. That means, but I have another move action, and I have another attack action because I chose Rampage. I was not expecting it to be used all on the cat. But apparently this is how it goes. A good thing I have it, I guess. Yes! Okay, so that takes out currently albino Warmuffin. No card.
On the sidelines.
Completed. Now that was my activation.
And that's the first one out of my hammer group.
Oh, good. And let's see, we've got... He is the other part of your hammer group, and she is the other part of the hammer group.
And they're in close distance in a scary, scary melee range. Well, almost. So her second weapon has the range of 4, so we are definitely in range to not have to move her and to just be able to attack twice with that, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus the guy right in front of her, the big scary golem. 3 and 4. Come on! Something.
his toughness is 5, which means you probably need 5s.
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. That's the first one. Miss.
So she flails around and does nothing. And then she gives an angry look and tries it again. Alright.
Oh my goodness, that's much better.
That time she flailed in the right direction.
How much damage does she do on criticals?
Oh, right, yes. For that one, it is 2. 2 on crits.
Okay, so 4 damage on him altogether.
Okay, I'm going to choose the Morningstar Iron Legionary to activate. And I'm just going to attack the person right behind me. And you have 2 attacks. Strength is 3. Your guys' toughness is 3. So 4's hit. And I missed the first time. Okay. Great. That was not very useful turn. Okay. Your turn to choose one to activate.
We'll choose this guy. He only has one weapon with an inch of, or with a range of 1 inch, so I feel like he probably has move. We're just gonna move him up. Movement of... I know, but you had to move. I'm sorry. Alright, now he's definitely in range to do his thing. He's gonna target the one right in front of him here with the mace. He rolls 4 for his attacks.
What's his strength?
4.
And their toughness is 5, so you need 5s and 6s, and you got a 6.
Oh, there's 1! 5!
So he is down. Oh my goodness, he's down half his health as well. The one who is facing against that you just smacked half his life down. That one's the one who's going to go now. He's going to hit back at that guy. It's with 2. Now, what's his toughness? His toughness is 4.
Yes.
And their strength is 3, so 5s and 6s again. Nope. And again. Okay.
We will choose this guy next. I thought I was strategic in keeping them just out, but it seems like it has had more of a negative effect on me.
Yeah, I guess it really does depend on how we activate it. Could really change it.
Movement. 3 for your attack. And he'll be attacking the guy who he's right in front of course.
All right. What's his strength?
4.
Okay, so he needs 5 and 6s too. So that is a miss.
Wow. He mutters angrily about his movement and he goes on. Beast's movement.
My turn to try and get my guys into the fight.
I think he's just within range to get close enough to this guy. So about a centimeter away from him. He has 3 attacks, strength of 5, so that's good. Their toughness is 3, so he needs 3s. 3s to hit.
Whoa.
So that is 2 for 6 damage. Awesome. And that was on the lady.
Oh, lady.
Alright.
Alright, so the next person I'll choose to activate will be Lady. She is really getting up there with her damage, oh no.
How much is her life total?
She's got 8 in total and she's taken 6
she's taken
hits.
6. Wow.
Yeah, so we're definitely choosing her while she can still activate. And alright, so she's got, okay, she's definitely within her 1 inch. We're gonna pile on to this guy here. Yeah, right in front, kind of with his back turned.
Well, he's at half life, so some good rolls and you could definitely wipe him out.
Alright, come on, let's roll your 3 dice. And she has a strict 3 as well.
Crit! Woo! That crit hits. How much crit damage does she do?
3 for crits.
Ooh, I'm down to 2 health.
She'll just roll on in with the same thing.
So again, 5s and 6s. Alright, so that is 1 hit.
Woo!
How much damage is her non-crit?
1.
Alright, so he's got 1 health left.
Ooh.
He's might be struggling, but he's still alive.
He's still here.
I'm just going to activate one of these bolas wielding characters. I think they're just called Iron Legionary with bolas. Yeah, they are. So yeah, Iron Legionary with bolas. I'm going to activate one of them, which probably means they have movement of 4, they have 2. So I'm going to move them 8. Right there.
So you got a movement of 5, and you definitely got to move in there a little bit, buddy. They totally are.
So I can see it now. We've got this enormous iron golem versus little Dolph. And it's like on that movie where this enormous guy comes, meets basically the little child, and he goes, whoa, completely unintimidated by his next opponent.
He probably gives him an angry bite or something. A real angry
But he
bite.
does hit. So that is 3 damage on my giant of a golem.
Oh, it is.
One's up. 8. Oops. 8. Yeah. Right next to. Here we go.
Tag a party.
All right, these ones.
So let's all aim for the door. All right. I'm gonna move a 5, and then
There's one neat thing about this is that the games are going to be completely different. I mean, if the terrain setup hadn't been in this particular fashion to meet this particular deployment, I wouldn't be climbing dangerous terrain over here. I would be climbing spiked walls that jab me on the way down, and she wouldn't be hanging out. I guess we can assume for sure though that they're reinforcements. They heard their kerfluffle and are coming as fast as they can
And
to help their allies.
And Grog has made it through the door ahead of the members of his warband.
Okay, that means I only have 2 guys left to go, I think.
Yeah, the 2 guys. I think I'm actually going to move them this way. Yeah. Here.
Ooh. We'll start with this guy first. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. He hits the doorway. He doesn't make it through yet. He's looking at his friend at the doorway.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Move it, buddy. I can't get through the door while you're in the way.
How lovely is this doorway? I can stand all entirety of me in here.
At my turn now. I got one more guy. I mean, he's little, but he matters.
He matters. He's the brains. He's behind this whole operation.
All right, so right at that crack is where he can move. He's moving. He's hightailing it. It's just as fast as his tiny legs can go. Right there.
He moves his 4.
I can see them now. They're like racing to get to it, and then they have to pause to move their weapons through the door.
Yes.
And it's slowing them down.
4.
All right, and that's it. So now we move on to round 3, initiative. That, oh my god, so let's see. 6, so I've got 2 singles. And you have 4 singles, so you go first, and you have 1 double, and I've got 2 doubles. Right, so wild dice. You have 1 floating, and you've just got a new one. What are you doing with your 2 wild dice?
I think I will make this one a double, and I'll make this one a triple.
Awesome. With my wild dice, so I'm going to turn my wild dice into, one of them is going to be a triple here. You're choosing?
We'll start with the Heart Eater. He's ready. He's got that symbol motion going.
Okay. Who is he attacking?
All right. He'll just go for the guy directly in front of him there.
Okay. The mace-holding iron legionary. Who is at half health?
We'll roll your 4.
You need 5s and 6s, so you got 6. 6.
Woo! And come on. Initiative was just then. All right.
How much damage is that then?
So that was 5 for a
Oh
crit.
my goodness. You didn't need any more hits. That just completely wipes him out. So that's my first casualty.
All right.
Off she goes. That was 1 action.
Yeah.
You took 1 out with 1 action, so you actually have another action to do.
I think he's just going to focus the other attack, same thing, on
Right.
the next
On the other
closest guy.
Iron Legionnaire. Oh! Oh my god. Okay, so I don't have to count that up. I know that he didn't make that.
Good job,
that was the one who only had 1 health left. So you got him.
Yeah, you got him good. He's overkill.
You did 12 damage. You sliced him clean in half. Okay, so I'm going to choose him. I do think he's in range. Yeah, he's in range. Just down upon his new opponent. He has 2 attacks. Strength 6, so he needs 3s. Yes, that's 8 damage. If I recall, they only have 8 health, so he is out.
Super out. No.
Yeah, that's him. Now, you have placed all of your other guys out of my big Ogre's range. He is not impressed with that and slowly trudges forward.
Yes, perfect.
Get into combat range with both of them. Why not? Why not both of them?
Next, I will activate the Beast Speaker. So she doesn't need to move. She's right in the golem's face. Kind of scary. You have more bravery than I do.
He's got an enormous helmet on, so all you can hear is...
Your nerves, how do you manage? Beast Speaker, how are you staying so strong?
Particularly since her beast has already been taken out by him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She just watched her beast be crushed.
Maybe that's it's rage.
That's right. That's what's keeping her going.
Yeah. She's not going to attack with her bola. She'll attack with her blade. So then, we roll 3 for that instead of 4. And it still deals 1 on the hit. But on a crit, it deals 4 instead of 2. So maybe we'll roll some good dice. No! You made me the second time she'll roll good dice. Yeah!
She got 1. That you said it was 4 damage?
Yes, yep.
Okay, so that's 11. So we'll just... Oh, shoot. Take one of these away. I think I'm going to do him. Now, his movement is 4 if he's just within 1 inch. Alright, and he's going to attack. 3 attacks. Strength is 4. Her toughness is 4, right? Yeah, so 4s. 4s to him. Come on! Crit! Yeah! 4 damage on a crit. That is her first wound.
He will have to move first, so we'll do that. Perfect. All good. He rolls 3s for his attack.
Oh my goodness, you know what we forgot? We should probably finish doing that. We forgot our twist. Now we both forgot,
yes.
So I don't think it particularly matters. Add 1 to the move characteristics of all fighters in this battle. So just bear in mind, you add 1. Oh, you're attacking the Dominar, and he has toughness 4, and you said your strength was?
Yes. Strength was 4, yeah.
4, so you need 4s. You got a 4 and a 5.
Woohoo!
So that's 2 successes. How much damage is that?
2. 2 each.
2 each?
Yeah.
Okay, so I take 4. Can I have 5? He's already taken 1 damage from the dangerous terrain that he traversed. So let me just change that to a 5. He's just going to activate and hit the lady twice. Or
no, lady!
He's within range of the other guy. So he's going to hit the lady first. 3 attacks, strength 5, so I hit on 3s. 2 hits, that is 2 damage each. She was at 6. She only had 8 health, so she goes!
No!
Now he has 1 more attack, so he's going to just attack the only guy who's close enough to him. Strength 5, toughness 4, so he's on 3s again. Yes! That is 2, 4, plus 5, 9 damage on him. He's hurting, but okay.
It's just the reinforcements now, isn't it? And then we have the 3 Stooges here bumbling out of the gate. We're gonna get you right out of the way so everyone else can get out.
You forgot the plus
I
1?
did. We'll just run yelling in there. Come on, 6.
Now, because he is so eager to fight, he's moving 4. And I think he's going to be eager to fight this one. So that's 1 action, and let's see, he's got 4 attacks. Nice.
Oh no, he's angry.
Force. I guess I needed those 4 attacks because only 1 hit and it deals, 1 damage. This guy only has 10 health.
No!
And now he has 10 wounds on him, so he's taken out. Yes, he came in, did his 1 damage, just like, I mean, really.
Yeah!
Awesome.
Oh no!
Okay, here we go.
Alright. Oh no. Beast Speaker, you have to live. Your companions have been taken out, Beast Speaker. Beast Speaker. Yeah, she's just waiting for these guys to run out of the doorway too.
Though, I mean, she does have a heart eater right next to her. Maybe she's not too worried.
Yeah, that's definitely.
5, 10. Right there.
I think I just have the one more to get on out of the doorway. It's fine. Bring him to the skull guy. He sees his friends on the horizon. He's like, wee.
Maybe because it is a bolus, I might be able to reach without.
Oh no.
So move 5, and yeah, the range is 3 inches. So perhaps I move 5 and just smack him in the back of the head with bolus. Okay. Actually, when I move 5, I'll be able to smack her in the back of the head with a bolus.
No, that's what I was afraid of. No, no.
So absolutely doing that. So that's right here. So yeah, I was definitely within 3. Yep. So I'm gonna smack her in the back of the head with a bolus. Oh, absolutely. And which one are you? You're that one. So bolus, 3 attacks, only 3 strengths, so I can only hit on 5s and 6s. Ah, but a crit. Crit. Oh, it only deals 2 damage. So she has 6 damage on her. She has 9 health left. Right, and that is the end of the turn. So now it moves on to turn 4, initiative. Here, I'll just give you the dice.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Alright. I've got 3 singles and a triple.
I had to look twice.
And you just have singles. Okay, so you win the initiative, and that means you have a wild dice to use. What do you want to use it on?
We're gonna make... Yeah, we'll double up on this 6 here.
Okay.
Sure.
And
That's a powerful number.
I will... Yeah... I think I'm gonna turn that in. I'm gonna turn this one into a quad because I like Rampage. Absolutely love Rampage. So, how are you choosing to go first?
Probably the heart eater, actually. Strength of 4. He's gonna try to swing in at the golem.
So he only hit on 5s and 6s, which means that's a miss.
He just had a sad roll. Alright, I take 2.
5. That's
All
5.
right.
So that's 2 damage.
Yep.
He's at 13 wounds taken. Alright, so now he is going to go. And I am going to be using my Rampage. So I'm attacking your Beast Speaker. And if she goes, then I immediately win the game. Alright, so he only needs to hit on 3s. Because he's such a ogre. Yay! So that's 2 hits. That's 4 damage each. And okay, she's not dead yet. Okay. 4 damage each, 8 damage. She is down to 1 health left.
Oh. He does it again.
Yes!
Yeah! I mean, oh.
So the iron golems have it.
We did it!
The iron golems did it.
Yeah! The beasts tried.
I hope you enjoyed the game. I find this game a lot of fun. It is simple and really easy to learn. We did a demo the other day at the store, and we taught brand new players to gaming or wargaming in general how to play, and they picked it up definitely within the second turn. They were already really excited and eager to play, and at that time the Untamed Beasts won actually against the Iron Golems. They do actually seem pretty evenly matched. That we've played thus far, and we'll keep giving you new battle reports, and thanks for watching. Bye!
Bye!
Oh, sorry, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you always know when we have a new video up. Enjoy!